Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, very first video, where we're going to be turning my 3-year-old son's art into a seamless pattern. And if you're not entirely sure what I mean by seamless pattern, all it is a image or design that can be tiled, repeated, without any visible barrier, gap, or intersection. These kind of patterns can be printed on anything from shirts, onesies, pajamas, bags, just anything really. They can even be turned into tumbler wraps. So if you want to take your baby's artwork with you, you can do that. So today we did some stamps with bubble wrap, and literally, as you can tell, all I did was wrap a couple of flashlights and even just a little marker for different sizes, and got some paint together, and we just started stamping. So really just letting him have fun, do it however he'd like to do it. There's really no right or wrong, obviously, when it comes to any toddler art, anything. Just letting creativity do its thing and just letting him have fun with it. He's just printing away. It definitely didn't look how I thought it would, as far as what the texture might look like with bubble wrap printing. Honestly, as I was looking at him do this, I had no idea what I was going to turn this art into, like what kind of pattern. Obviously, with it being green and having some kind of smaller pieces, I thought maybe leaves would work, but as it got messier and there was more stamping, I was definitely lacking some ideas on at least with my creativity. And then here, of course, I just let him play with it. He definitely was, towards the end, more interested in popping the bubble wrap, which is completely valid. It's such a stress-relieving thing, honestly. Even as an adult, I still like to pop bubble wrap. And he's, of course, only 3 years old, attention span and all that, so... So when we were done, I just laid out the papers, each of them, and took some pictures. I just used my regular Android phone. I did consider using the iPad, but either or, we're just going to be uploading these pictures to Procreate. So here we are. This is one of the pictures of his art. I just have it here on Google Photos. I'm going to go ahead and go to Procreate and start a new canvas. And I'm going to go ahead and upload the image and bring it over into Procreate. Next thing I did, of course I did move it around a bit just to see if I could spot something from a different angle, because I still wasn't even sure what I was gonna make out of this, but I knew that I wanted to keep as much of the texture as possible. I do like how the colors mixed together and just all the little, the way the paint is mixed in like that. I like how the texture turned out. So I decided to start tracing around it. I figured this is going to be the bigger part of the art that I'll use, and then figure it out as I go. So there's the shape that came out of it, and then I decided to go in even more and trimming it a little bit as close as possible to the paint to get rid of the white background from the original paper. And around this time is when I started thinking, I think this would be a good shape for a caterpillar. So went ahead and looked up some reference images and started putting together, because I've honestly never drawn a caterpillar before, but you know, just little wiggly wormish kind of shape. Got the rest of the paints and dropped them in Procreate as well. And besides watercolor, I really like the idea of metallic colors, so I started tracing these shapes with like a gold foil kind of color. I did this with all of them. I did some details on the caterpillar as well with this gold foil. I did some tracing of the lines of the mixture. I also dropped in some other art of mine, just to go, just a little bit something to go with the theme, going into cottagecore a little bit, just nature kind of, whatever you might find around a caterpillar, I suppose. So I did a little mushroom and a little flower. And normally with doing seamless patterns and, you know, doing clip art, it is recommended for it to be as big as possible, so that if it needs to be downsized, it's fine, but going upsize tends to lose a little bit of the quality, so the bigger the better to start off with. After that, I went ahead and flattened all the images, brought them over to a new canvas, so that I could start arranging them where I wanted to. I also wanted to just double check, make sure that it still looked alright as far as textures. Yes, I did already hear that the caterpillar looks a little bit like the hungry caterpillar, but as you can see, it literally just came from the little bubble wrap stamp paint. So I really do like how those lines came out as well. For the rest of this, I went ahead and transitioned into the little time lapse. This is where I went ahead and started rearranging things, putting them where I wanted to or where it worked. I did use or attempt to use the diamond method for this seamless pattern. It's actually pretty brand new to it, so it took me a while to actually make it seamless and make sure that everything was where it needed to be. It took me quite a couple of tries to do that, more than I'd like to admit. Once everything was where it needed to be and seamless, I went ahead and started doing the final touches, and here we are with the seamless pattern, the finished result. I mean, like I said, you can really turn it into almost anything, whether it's clothes, printing it on items, personal items, so many possibilities. This is just really a good way to make sure you don't run out of room in the fridge for all your baby's art. But of course, if you have any questions, any concerns, anything I could go over more slowly or just in more detail, please let me know and I'd be more than happy to go over it. Please subscribe. We'll be doing more of these, printing with my baby and turning it into seamless patterns.